Well, here in California, we know tuition at public colleges is going up fast. Parents and high school seniors have some really tough choices to make, and it really doesn't matter if they're going to a public or a private school.
It's getting expensive anywhere you go. Billy Downing from the ESM Group is here to sort through all the financing options available to us. His company offers college counseling service. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
I guess there really is a myriad of different things out there that you can do, and they're all a little bit different. You really got to get in and do your homework on these things.
Well, I think the reality is, first and foremost, if you're a high school senior, you got one more shot for your SAT, that's this Saturday, and the ACT, that's next Saturday. And then you got to start thinking about, I've applied, I'm in, how do we pay for it? And so the FAFSA is really the first step in California. You got to get it in by March 2nd. That's the deadline. If you miss the deadline, you lose the opportunity to get money. And the best thing about the FAFSA is it's free money. If the government determines that you're going to get money from the college that you apply to, it's money you don't have to pay back. So why not get it in early?
Sure. And
that's where kids and families really have to be in tune to what's going on, get their taxes done. And January 1st, which is the first day you can submit the FAFSA, get it in.
And Billy, you say there's a big pile of money available, but you have to be one of the first ones to the party.
Well, you know, it's very interesting. People are often scared of the private schools because of the tuition dollars that they see on the website. But right here in Santa Monica, Loyola University, the Jesuit school, 73% of the kids on campus are getting some form of aid. University of San Diego, close to 60%. Sometimes the private schools, though the tuition is higher, have more money to give.
And you say you need to get, kids need to get in with their counselors as soon as possible, too.
Absolutely. You know, the high school counselors are a tremendous resource for families across the country to figure out, can I apply for the FAFSA? Can I apply for the California Pell Grant? What can I be doing? Also, what about the private scholarships that you can get on fastweb.com? It's a really great resource, and sometimes your counselor can be the avenue to find out which scholarships are available at your high school.
And there are grants available as well. And these are great because this is money that you never have to pay back. It's just free money.
That's right. Remember, you know, you have money that you have to pay back. Those are loans. Money that you don't have to pay back. Those are grants and federal money. And then there's scholarships, academic merit money that rewards the kids for the good grades and the good SAT scores. And again, that's traditionally going to come more from the private schools.
And how do you go about, you know, you've got those three avenues essentially available to you. Where do you look first? Obviously, you're the one that's free, I guess, before you go to a loan. But how do you evaluate yourself and your eligibility?
Sure. First things first, when you file the FAFSA, you're going to get a thing called back, the EFC. It's the Estimated Family Contribution. That's essentially, it's a measure of your financial strength of the family. They look at your taxes, they look at your income, how many kids you have concurrently enrolled in college, and that'll give you an indication of how much the government expects for you to pay. You tell families based on what that number says, they sometimes don't like it. Should I start looking for private scholarship money and you're interested in getting a lot of academic money? And here's the thing that we look for schools that are maybe just below where you normally would want to go, because those schools are going to entice you with more money. The University of San Francisco, University of Portland, Chapman, University of Redlands. These schools tend to give big money to students who have worked really hard in high school. So look there and potentially get a lot of money free.
The students can also contribute too. They can get a job and take part in the work-study program.
Absolutely. You know, federal work-study is on the rise. Kids working on campus or working off campus in jobs that are arranged by the university. But you know, one thing we've seen in our practice is more of our kids working summer jobs, after school, becoming very entrepreneurial and saying, I'm going to put some of this money away to help mom and dad. And actually, if you looked at the UC application this year, it had a question on there that said, what have you used your work earnings for? And I've got to tell you, every one of my kids put saving for college or gas.
And if you don't have the highest GPA in the world, is there still money for you?
Absolutely. Again, it's about looking at the tiers of colleges that you're interested in. We can't all go to Harvard, we can't all go to Yale, but there's over 3,000 colleges in the United States, and many, many, many of the private schools, especially the schools outside of California. They love California kids, and they're willing to give money. And the big myth is, if we leave California, we're suddenly going to pay more money. Well, there's schools in the Midwest, I'll tell you, that you can go full tuition, room and board, cheaper than sending our kids to the UCs or the CSUs. So have an open mind and look at the whole map, look at the whole states.
Wow, I guess so.
Really good advice. Thank you, Billy.
Thanks for having us.
The ESM Group offers college admissions counseling, test preparation, even some tutoring.